Hello everyone, this is Chromý and together we will continue the course Interdisciplinary Approaches to Language and its Use. This week we will focus on the first language acquisition. Obviously, this is a very broad topic. I will cover the basics here, and to those of you who would be interested in learning more, I will always offer some reading tips. At first, we should think about what does it actually mean to acquire a language. There are lots of layers which we may focus on. A native adult speaker of a certain language knows tens of thousands of words and is able to use the grammar of the given language. From a different perspective, we may say that one knows a language if he or she is fully able to understand the language and also produce the language. However, there are also other aspects of learning a language which we may be interested in. These may be, for example, pragmatics, co-speech gestures, or the ability to create various language items based on the underlying rules. In other words, language acquisition is a very complex field of study with many specific research questions. On this slide, we may see a very basic sketch of the process of the first language acquisition. We start to learn the language before birth, then we go through a so-called prelinguistic phase, which is typical for various vocalizations such as cooing and babbling. Around the first birthday, we start to produce our first words. Sometime before our second birthday, we start to use grammar and connect words together. Around the third birthday, we already know the grammatical system and we learn more and more words. The process of language acquisition continues, and from a certain perspective, it never ends. We still need to acquire the ability to understand various pragmatic aspects of communication, such as irony. The most of the vocabulary we learn during our school years, but we actually continue to learn new words during the rest of our life. Before we will end this presentation, I have one reading tip for you. This course is limited, so we more or less stick to the basics. In case you would like to go deeper and get a more complex picture on how do we acquire the first language, you should read Erika Hoff's book Language Development. That is all from me now. See you next time.